Good morning, everyone. This is Russell Rucker, and I'm here for another constitutional talk. And this morning, I thought we'd talk a little bit about money. This money, to be precise. Probably can't see that real well. This is the same coin. This is from 1794. This is our first dollar, our first silver dollar. It wasn't well received. They thought Liberty's hair looked like that of a witch, and we went to the bust dollars and the cap bust, and eventually went into even the Morgans 100 years later, setting Liberty, and we made some real beautiful coins. Initially, we were dealing with Spanish money, and we were dealing with the pound and all of that. And when you get into our Constitution, and you begin with Section 7, Article 1, Section 7, all bills for raising revenue shall originate in the House of Representatives, but the Senate may propose or concur with amendments on other bills. And this has to do with spending. I'm sure we've discussed that before. And when you get into Article 8, the middle of Article 8, and Article 1 is full of things that our Congress is responsible for. To borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce. It goes on and on. And Paragraph 2, it says to coin money and regulate the value thereof and of foreign coins, and fix standards and weights and measures to promote for punishment of counterfeiting. Money was an issue in the very beginning of our founding. Samuel Adams' father had started a land bank and issued script, and Britain wasn't too happy about this arrangement, and they closed down his operation. And Samuel Adams spent a lot of time in court trying to defend his family based on those problems with that paper currency. When we had the Stamp Act, Britain was demanding payment be made in silver. So, I mean, it is important to note that to coin money and regulate value thereof as standards and weight, Section 10 reads, no state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold or silver coin tender in payment of debts. But this is no state shall. Okay, so the federal government's still good. We had printing all throughout our country. Carson City in Nevada, of course, CC would be on the coins. New Orleans had a mint, but in the very beginning, it was Philadelphia's mint. Today, Philadelphia, there is no P. It's blank on the coins. And so there's several places, that actually, I think there's 4 mintages then. And they're making coins for the purpose of buying and selling goods, getting currency out. Setting up a government is not an easy thing to do. And they had lots of things that they had to deal with, commerce, trade, just the postal service, getting mail back and forth. Printing of money is no different. And for a long time, we were on the gold standard. In fact, some of our printed money, our paper money, says for exchange for gold. And we were on the gold standard for a very long time, and it did serve us pretty well. Of course, eventually, we got off the gold standard. But printing of money and currency and all this stuff is important too. Now, we just had a whole presidential decision come down, they were going to stop printing the penny. Now, whether they're going to end it altogether or just stop for this year, I don't know. But the penny costs a lot of money to produce, and we've had the penny for a very long time. We've also had a half penny. We had a 20-cent piece. We had a half dime. Along with the nickel. So there were lots of small exchanges in the very beginning. And of course, we had the dollar coin, which that's what this is. This is our first dollar. And we also had the 10, and we had the $20. But the whole idea of not allowing a state to make anything legal tender other than gold or silver, that didn't restrict the federal government. In fact, many things in our Constitution are either go to the federal government or they're reserved to the states. And there's this great division, as we've discussed before. And so some things go to the states and some things go to the federal government. Coinage is no different. Our Constitution gives us the right to tax because we have to pay bills. It gives us the right to, in order to pay bills, we have to raise revenue. And all this, it does matter. We took on a great debt initially. We virtually had it paid off prior to the Civil War. And today we're back holding a heavy debt because of the Civil War, World War I, World War II, and just basic overspending, to be honest. Just thought you'd like to be able to see an original dollar. You know, Ben Franklin even printed money for his colony way back as a printer. They would print money up. So they were all engaged in this kind of thing. And during the Continental Congress, they were actually issuing scrip, basically borrowing against the credit of what would become the United States. In fact, after the first, or maybe it was the second year, they had $3 or $4 million worth of scrip floating around. And this is one of the reasons Hamilton was arguing to continue to make good on the debt that we had issued. Because in doing so, the dollar would become valuable. And that's one of the reasons we have it as a world currency today, is because the faith and the credit of the United States. It's a solid currency, even though today we are talking about e-currency and all those kind of things. But the dollar is a solid currency today. It has been throughout our republic. And one of the big reasons is the gold and silver movement that is in our Constitution. I just thought you'd like to see that a little bit better, get a little idea of it, and some of the duties in Article 1 that are spelled out. They are numerous duties and really privileges of the state. Well, that's all for now. We'll catch you next time on the next Constitutional Talk. You folks have a good day now. Bye for now.